I first question I'm looking at the questions, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm facing that way. But how long have you been acting, and how did you start?
Let's see. So I've been acting now I've been acting for 2.5 years straight, like full time straight. And then I've been acting for about five. The first like year that I was acting, I was mostly just in classes and trying to build up the skill set, build up my confidence on auditioning and being in front of camera and stuff. And here we are now, 5 years later. Working. Right now. I'm working on a feature in Texas, and it's going very well. And I think everyone that is in the vertical space will love this type of feature film.
Yes, you were in Texas.
Yeah, all over the place, constantly traveling.
And in, what was it, Rome last week?
Yeah, I was also in Italy
Yeah.
for about a week. I was filming a vertical series out there that went really well, and so yeah, it's been nice to kind of have constant projects. A little tiring, I'm not gonna lie, but good. Get into verticals. Yeah. Let's see. Back around this time in 2023, I was uh, I was auditioning for regular features. I actually had just filmed a feature film in June of 2023. So literally in a few days, it'll be 2 years. And once I got off that set, I got asked to do a proof of concept for a vertical series, and I didn't really know what it was. I was like, okay. And then I went to it. We shot it, and the series that we shot and never ended up getting picked up. We just shot for a day. So, anyways, that series didn't get picked up, and then I was like, all right, well, that was a interesting experience. And then a few days after that, I got asked to do a vertical series, and then that was my first werewolf one. That one, it was originally called like Forever and Always, and then they changed the title to something else. But yeah, that was my first vertical show.
About the werewolf ones you did, which which one was the hardest to film?
Hardest film? I mean, the hardest one to film would have been the one that was just unorganized and you know a mess of a production, or the script was really challenging. So I'll take your question as a different way. Which one was the most maybe fulfilling to film? I think that one would probably be either. So hard because I've done so many. I think Chosen by Fate will always have like a special place in my heart, because that one, you know, it was shot so beautifully. I got to work with Gary and Edmund Enton, and they're phenomenal directors. Valentina Bove was the producer on that, and she's amazing. And so, and my co-star Neela is fantastic. So everyone that was a part of that production, like we knew we were filming something that was gonna look beautiful, and I've gotten such a really positive response from that show. So I'd say that one was very fulfilling. And then I've had several projects since then that were in the vertical space that were really phenomenal, like The Unwanted Mate with Ashley, The Alpha's Gifted Luna with Mariah, and so many other werewolf ones that have, you know, a little special place in my heart.
I knew it would be a difficult question. That's why I put it in.
That's a good question.
The next one I had was, what is one of your most memorable moments you had on a vertical set?
I love this question. One of my most memorable moments on a vertical set. so many different moments come to mind. You know, now that I've done 30 vertical series, I've filmed 30 series, and sometimes they all kind of blend together in your head. Uh, I mean, this is just life in general, but the details of your memories become a little blurry, right? You know, you'll forget a lot of like the intricate details, but you'll never forget the feeling.
Mm.
And one of the feelings that stands out to me on a vertical set was when we were filming Love and Blood, and when it wasn't even actually when we wrapped us, or when we all wrapped. It was, I think it was when we wrapped Kira and Mariah. I remember like just giving them all such a humongous hug, and it was just because I just remember feeling so proud of everything. You know, I produced and acted in that show, and it's still in post production right now. And I remember just the feeling of wrapping them out, like knowing that they just gave their all, knowing that like we were building something really special together, and yeah, that show just, I mean, it'll always hold a special place in my heart. And once everyone else actually gets to see it too, I think they will feel the same way. So that one is the one that comes to mind first.
Yeah, everyone is excited for that one. I thought with my questions I would go a total different way than the interviews you have done so far. So
Well, they're great. I appreciate the interesting questions.
about was there was there any bloopers or moment that it didn't make the cut but you wish had?
Oh my God, there's so many moments that like are just never captured on camera. Uh, let's see, which one that comes to mind? I mean, obviously you've seen my blooper reel with Kira. You've seen my blooper reel with Kelsey and Grace from when we filmed in Turkey. My blooper reel with Mark and Jesse when we filmed Devil's Triangle. There's so many shows that I wish I had blooper reels for, but I don't. And just because a lot of the times the companies won't release the footage to you, and I'm trying to think of like one specifically, but I just remember just an abundant. I'm such a, you know, I definitely, it depends on the show and like what we're filming, but I will break character. I will have a blooper every production, no matter what. And there's definitely some shows that I wish I could get the footage for. Not one specifically kind of coming to mind, but just so many times working with all these amazing people in the space, and finding the joy and the laughter within those moments. And you know, maybe one day I'll be able to find some of our footage that I know is, you know, funny, that people would love to see.
I love to see those. I always repost those as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we uh, actually me now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I mean, just so many shows that I'm thinking of like small moments that were funny to me. I don't know if everyone else would find them funny, but yeah, either way, I appreciate the love for all of it, and you sharing and making an impact in the space.
Of course. If you want to know something about me too, you can ask that as well.
Well, what got you into verticals?
Like how I started watching them, you mean, or
Yeah,
social media does the trick.
social media does wonders. And then what made you want to start like reviewing shows and stuff?
Mm, I yeah, I just liked it, and I first only made edits, so I didn't do like the reviews, but after a little while I did those as well because people wanted to see that.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad, and I can speak for everyone in the space that we appreciate you taking the effort to review things and to share things and to make people aware of the shows that you like and the actors that you like. I think everyone that's doing their part in the space like you are, it's what makes the space so fun, and it makes it grow, and it gives us a really big hope for what's to come in the future too.
You're one of the first actors I watched.
Well, what was your first show of mine?
What do you think?
You Belong with Me.
Yeah.
There we go. I I usually, I come across people on a not a regular basis, but in person, every so often. I'll come across someone who watches verticals and knows who I am. And then actually yesterday I was on set, and one of the guys who was background, he knew who I was because of vertical series, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're that guy on that show." And I was like, "Is it Henry Lockwood and You Belong with Me?" He was like, "Yeah, that's you." And I was like, "Yeah, that's the one that I get recognized for the most, for sure."
And I thought, since my page was firstly me a real short one, now it isn't anymore.
Now it's the whole vertical world.
You are also the main reason why I wanted to change that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
thought of
honored because
that.
I'm still real short.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit, how do you say it? Crazy, since I really like your work, and yeah, only one real shirt, so yeah,
No, well,
not
I'll
suitable.
either try to get more real shorts for you, and I'll try to get more vertical series for
I watch everything, so it doesn't matter.
you. Well, thank
Um, my next question is, what do you like to do when you're not filming? I know you're filming a lot, but
Yeah, you know, I think I can speak for a lot of actors in the space. Most of us are filming the majority of like the year. It's very intense. I mean, since the beginning of 2024, especially, I've pretty much been on a film set, not every day, but the majority of the days. And outside of that, I'm a huge poetry fan. I love music. Getting to go to concerts is a really big thing for me. Uh, Before verticals, especially, I was a big traveler, and so what's great about verticals is it allows me to travel and allows me to experience life as well. I've filmed in Italy now. I've filmed in Turkey. I've filmed in Mexico several times. And so traveling and experiencing just the world is definitely a passion of mine. Getting to go everywhere and getting to experience different cultures is a big thing for me, and yeah, I mean, also just spending time with friends, like being around quality people and family is really important to me, because I think that the more that you are working in the space, the less time you have with people, and you kind of value that a lot. So, yeah, I would say those are things I hold near and dear to my heart.
yeah, that's the most important thing, spending your time with friends when you can. This question of one of my followers: if if you were the Alpha King in real life, what rules would you set?
If I was the real Alpha King, I would take away most of the rules that the alphas usually set in the vertical space, because they're silly and so, yeah, insane. But I was the alpha king in real life. What is one rule I would set? Um, I don't know. I mean, in what context? If you want to help me with this answer, what context would you be able to put for me? Because I'm trying to think of one that I could put.
Um,
Uh, let's come back to that question.
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing clear is coming to my mind right now. Probably because I'm exhausted. I filmed until 8 a.m. this morning, and then I just slept until 4 p.m. So maybe my brain will come up with something. That's what this is for.
Yes, somebody wanted to know when your poetry book launched.
So my book will be coming out by the end of summer. So we don't have a hard start date yet. We need the book to be fully finished design beforehand, before I can give that information. So
Yeah.
once it's fully up, we will have it.
Yeah, I know a little bit about book launches, so I know how much time that takes.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not super quick. Not as you would think. But I'm very excited for everyone to read my first book and be able to see. At least have me do the cover reveal. I think everyone will get excited with the cover reveal, and they'll see, how much work I put into it. So yeah.
I have a own book too, so I know.
Oh, that's great. What's your book about?
The, I wrote it when I was a little bit younger. So then you write about things you go through as a young girl.
Okay.
So just life things, what happened in my life.
That's so awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I can wait for your book.
Coming soon.
Um, the next question is about what show genre do you wish you could play more?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, there's so many shows that I wish didn't end. Uh, let's see. Well, I mean, filmed the recency bias is a thing, and I'm going off of what's in my head. The one that I just filmed in Italy, we're actually not done filming currently. We have more filming to go back here in America. But I loved that the filming of that show, and so I want that one to continue for the sake of how fun it is to film. And then let's see, backing up from there. Campus Rivals. I think that one is another one that I just produced with Adam Santa Cruz, and both him and I were the male leads in, with Vanessa Nottingham as the female lead, and Lawson and Brittany as female supporting. Such a great cast. Director Ting Ting is amazing, and so Campus Rivals was so great, and I do think it'd be really awesome when that show comes out to try and plan for a sequel. I think everyone will really love it. Ting Ting, again, director, co-producer, Brielle was fantastic, and just everyone, the energy around that shoot was really, really positive. Like, we knew we were making something really great, and that's another thing that I think a lot of people will really enjoy. So that's one. Also, Love and Blood. I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but we filmed part one so far. We have multiple parts in our plan, our path ahead. So it would be great to continue that. There's just so many shoots that are always so special, and you never want to walk away from. And it's really hard as an actor when you wrap a project, because you have to say goodbye to your set family, to a degree, and so yeah.
Traveling. If you could go visit any country you haven't been to, which one would you go to and why?
What's funny is, for the longest time, I wanted to go to Turkey, and I really wanted to go to Cappadocia and go to the hot air balloon festival out there. I didn't get to go when I was there because I was filming in Istanbul, but I really wanted to go for that reason, and then I did. and I didn't. So I'm hoping to go back to Turkey and be able to go to Cappadocia and experience what I want to experience there. But outside of that, I mean, there's so many countries that I've yet to go to that I really am craving to get the chance to go to. So Peru is definitely one of those places. I've wanted to go to Peru for a long time. I've yet to do a lot of Northern Europe, like Denmark or Sweden or Finland. So it would be great to do like a Northern Europe trip as well. And then Africa. I've done like zero Africa. The closest I've been is Morocco and or not Morocco. The why am I saying Morocco? The Canary Islands, which is off the coast of Morocco. And anyways, so I'd love to go do some Africa, go do like an African safari and whatever. So yeah, I think there's a lot of countries that I haven't been to yet. I know I will go, but it's we just need to figure out how and when.
Where do you think I'm from?
France.
No.
No, where are you from?
It's close to France, Netherlands.
It's close.
Not so far away.
So the Netherlands?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So Amsterdam.
Yeah. Ask the most important one. What do you like the most about writing? Like for your poetry book?
I love getting to make sense of my life. I think that's one thing that I really enjoy about writing is that it's my escape. It's not like I'm escaping myself in my writing because actually when I'm writing, I'm usually facing things that I'm dealing with like head on. But I love that it's a way for me to make sense of what's happening in my life and really check in with my heart and my head and see how I feel about things. It's like because it is my own little personal journal. I just end up sharing it with the world, and so I'm able to address a lot of things that is going on in my life, and it's very therapeutic for me because then I'm just able to make a lot of people don't check in with where they are at. I think that's one thing that must be really hard for people is when they don't kind of assess how they're feeling and assess like just overall how things are going. And so I like to use my poetry as an outlet to assess where I'm at and how I'm doing with things. And it's a great way for me also to memorialize some of the best moments in my life and also to share things about what I'm feeling during the hard times in my life. And finding that balance is definitely a very beautiful synchronized action, and I'm lucky that I get to do that, and I'm lucky that like people like you actually care to read poetry and connect with it. Like that is very fulfilling to me. That it's more than just me. So yeah.
I'm gonna pick my most important questions to it. If you will, if you relate to any of your characters you play.
Alex Crow. I like Alex Crow, so that's the secret she couldn't escape. That one I filmed with Dimitri and Tali. That's Purple Light Pictures down in Mexico, and that one's the story of the writer Alex Crow. And I think from the writing aspect, I connect with him. He's a romance novelist, and he takes part in trying to become like the hero and saving someone. And so I loved his character and his stillness, his conviction, and yeah, I mean that was so beautifully shot and so well directed. And if anyone hasn't seen it, that's definitely a show that I would recommend watching because it's different from a normal vertical. It's got a lot of good pieces. Yeah.
One of my favorites ones. If you could have any superpowers, which one would you?
I think my superpower would probably have to do with time. It would either be the ability to, I don't know if I would want to stop time because I don't know if that's very healthy. But I would love to slow it down every so often, just to be able to maybe sit in a moment longer when I want to stay in a moment and with someone and whatever. Um, Sometimes we also want to speed it up to get through things, but have some level of control over time control, I would say, but not the ability to abuse time. You can't abuse time. That's for sure.
And then, yeah, I originally had more, but I'm gonna ask two in one.
Okay.
um, that the last is, what do you hope somebody that watches your show get out of it? And I always end with, do you have a message for somebody who's watching this and who's supporting you?
Yeah. Well, these are great questions. You're so good at this.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say anyone who is watching my show, I hope you feel a level of escapism. I hope you feel the ability to step into another world for the time that you are watching not just my shows, but any vertical shows that these vertical actors and production companies are working so hard on. I hope that you feel the ability to decompress and be able to enjoy a story that either you might relate with or that you have no relation to, but you just enjoy. And anyone who is watching, I can say thank you. Like we all in this space would not have a namesake in the space if it wasn't for all of you. I talked about this during the Vertical Drama Love Awards when Jen interviewed me, and um, that was one thing I really wanted to harp on is like if it wasn't for the fans, if it wasn't for everyone watching, we would not be here. So like thank you for your support and your love in any capacity. It means so much to all of us. And I'm very lucky to be where I am, and again, we owe a lot of that to you. So thank you for everything, and thank you for just making this vertical world go around.
Of course. That's then. Since you have another call.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I have to
No.
jump on work thing.
Don't say sorry.
Mhm.
I am glad I could talk to you, so I'm okay with just 10 minutes, so you're good.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you so much, and so now you're a vertical drama or vertical world girl, right?
Yeah.
Vertical World Girl. Well, I think that's fantastic. I'm so excited to see what you do with your account and like how you elevate the space and how you just engage with all of the shows. And again, thank you so much for your time. I'm glad that Lawson connected us, and you're phenomenal, and I hope that you feel loved and all the good things that you possess. So
You are
if you have
phenomenal.
follow up, you can always just email me, and I'll try to help out as much as I can.
I want to say before you go, thank you for doing this. You just really made a big goal and dream come true. So
Well,
I
thank you,
wanted to
and
say
I'm very
that.
glad that-
So
Bye for now, and then we'll talk soon. Okay.
for sure.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.
You too.